Well, 2 years into the pandemic, COVID cases are falling and companies are starting to bring people back into the office. But for many, that means readjusting. LaSalle Network CEO Tom Gimbel is here this afternoon to talk about the cultural re-onboarding process. Tom, good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Ray. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. So, every workplace is different, but generally speaking, maybe some changes since you were last in the office or wherever you work here. What should people kind of be on the lookout for as far as changes go?
Well, I think what employers and managers have to realize is that the adjustment of going back into the office, the real basic things that we all laugh about, getting dressed and commuting, all of those things are real. But then being in an office and working side by side next to people, hearing those voices, it's going to take time for people to acclimate back into it, the same way that 2 years ago it took time for people to acclimate working from home alone. I don't know if you remember how worried so many people were about being alone. They were scared, they were afraid. Now it's the exact inverse, where people don't want to come back to the office and be around all these huge groups of people and sharing a refrigerator and a kitchen and a bathroom and all of these other things. And it's going to take some time for people to be adjusted to what they used to take for granted.
Yeah, I mean, what you just mentioned, what you're wearing, I mean, that is one part of it here. You say this is less of a homecoming and more of a re-onboarding. What do you mean by that whole process?
What I mean is that companies have to look at it and say, employees have had a very different experience over the past 2 years than what they had before they came in, number one. Number two, you may have hired people, and most companies have, that have never even worked in your office before. So you've got to onboard anybody who's never been in the office. Most I was just meeting with a client the other day. They have 700 employees, and they hadn't even thought about people coming into the office who'd never worked there before. Where's the bathroom, the coffee machine, getting the badges up and running? Simple things like that for logging into their computers, where their desks are. And we have to give people an opportunity, and maybe to have everybody come in at the same time on the same day. It may be fun for the workers who've been there for years and years and years, but for new people, it's almost a shock. It's almost like being a freshman in high school, how scared you are with the upperclassmen walking around, but yet you're still with a ton of people that you knew from junior high, but it's still scary as all heck. And you've got to give people a little bit of benefit of the doubt that they're coming in with the right attitude, but you've got to make it as easy as possible for them.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, a culture shock. So what do you tell employers? How do they manage that? How do they give empathy and be thoughtful about that process for their employees?
So number one, we say don't bring everybody back on the same day. If you're going to come back 5 days a week, have some people start on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and ease people back into the rotation, or have half the office come in on 1 week and then the other half the following week, and then everybody 2 weeks later, things like that. And or you want to make sure that you have breakout rooms, either large conference rooms or meeting areas, where hiring managers, where human resources can partner together and do onboarding and orientation like you normally would. And lastly, that a lot of companies don't do, figure out how to make the workday fun, especially in those first few weeks, whether it's bringing in silly things like pizza or ice cream, taking a break where the whole company does calisthenics or stretching, little things like that that make people feel, remember, what people do, it's called team building. And team building usually is feeling silly together and realizing that if we're laughing at one another, we're also laughing at ourselves. And that builds camaraderie, and it allows people to get to lose the anxiety and to feel comfortable with their peer group.
All right, ending it on a positive note there. Tom Gimbel with the LaSalle Network. Good to chat with you again.
Yeah, hopefully you and Micah can do some calisthenics before the news is over.
You want to say hi to Tom? Well, Micah says hi.
You miss me, don't you, Mike?
Always miss you, Tom.
Monday,
Always miss you.
See ya.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Let's check in with Tom Skilling. Hey,